and welcome to Alyx's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I am your host, Alyx, just Alyx, and this is my WWE Money in the Bank 2023 review live from the great country of England, from the great city of London. I thought this was easily one of the best crowds WWE has had all year. San Juan, Puerto Rico has competition, because before this show, that was the best crowd until London. London said, hold my beer. Once again, these international shows continue to be an overall booming success for WWE. They sold out the arena, the O2 Arena, and the crowd was hyped throughout the entire event. They were hyped for SmackDown. They were hyped tonight. And it's funny to me that it took AEW. It took AEW. And yes, I am going to bring it up because you know it's true. It took AEW going to Wembley Stadium, selling out 65,000 tickets without a match. Not one match has been announced. So you already know once they start announcing the matches, the rest of the tickets are going to go just like that. It took AEW for WWE to finally go, you know what? Maybe London should get a WrestleMania. Nah, you think? One of the greatest wrestling markets in the world. It took you this long? It took you this long to even put the idea out there. Have John Cena. By the way, John Cena showed up. Didn't see that one coming, did ya? But it took them this long to finally realize, yeah, maybe we should give them a WrestleMania. So, probably now that AEW is about to sell out Wembley Stadium, WrestleMania has to come. They have to do Wembley Stadium now. They can't let AEW show them up. And you know what? Good. Yes. London deserves a WrestleMania. I hope it's WrestleMania 41. I think they already have WrestleMania 40 locked in. I'm at the point now, wherever WrestleMania 40 is, scrap it. Put it in London. I'm serious. Put that shit in London. This crowd more than deserves it. They have earned a WrestleMania. Because I will say this. I thought this show was carried by this crowd. SmackDown last night was carried by this crowd. Money in the Bank was carried by this crowd. Because I'm going to be real with you. You would think a show called Money in the Bank would be about the Money in the Bank ladder matches. It would be about the winners of those matches. I thought Io Sky winning was the right choice. I'm happy she won. I think ultimately when she cashes in on Asuka, it's going to be a great match. That's a great match to do at SummerSlam. But we already know what's going to happen. We already know that Bayley is going to screw Io Sky. The match will be great, but I don't see Io beating Asuka. But the match will be awesome. That was the right call. And then when it comes to the men, I gotta be real with you. Yes. Thank God they did not give it to Logan Paul. Thank you. I was scared, y'all. I was terrified beyond belief that they were gonna shove this briefcase in the annals of Logan Paul.
Shayna Ronda biggest WTF moment of the year so far.
Right? Apparently another super chat played. Valhalla Erickson, sorry if I missed your super chat, buddy. Says, I like Forbidden Door and Money in the Bank. You can like both. Yeah. I mean, in terms of the show, I thought Money in the Bank was a great show, without question. But getting back to what I was saying, thank you for not putting that briefcase on Logan Paul. With that said, if it wasn't gonna be Logan Paul, it should not have even been a second thought. If you were not gonna put that briefcase on Logan Paul, LA Knight should have been the guy. I have nothing against Damian Priest. I look at Damian Priest and go, hell, if you want to push Damian Priest, who's older than LA Knight, why not push LA Knight? Isn't that funny to me? I think it's ironic. that they don't want to push LA Knight because he's too old. They just gave the briefcase to a guy who's older than LA Knight. What? It makes no sense to me. How do you not watch this match? How do you not listen to that crowd reaction? The one from last night and the one tonight, and not think LA Knight should be the one holding that briefcase? If Logan Paul was not going to win it, it shouldn't have even been a discussion. LA Knight, yeah, should be your new Mr. Money in the Bank. And I can already tell you what happened. I do believe the reports that say Vince McMahon didn't want LA Knight. And I think that's what happened. I think Triple H and Vince McMahon were arguing over who should win. Vince wanted Logan Paul. Triple H wanted LA Knight. Vince basically couldn't make Triple H decide to put it on Logan Paul, because I think Triple H was like, look, yeah, he brings eyes and stuff, but he can already just do that by having a feud. He doesn't need to win a world title. And he's right. Like, Logan Paul, yeah, let's just say Logan Paul wins the Money in the Bank briefcase and cashes in on Seth Rollins and then goes around with the belt. You're going to have to go 1 month without a champion, another part-time champion. Also, really think about this. Logan Paul's fans, his audience, the 23 million people that watch him, half of them don't even care about wrestling. You know what they care about? They care about all the crazy antics, the shock humor, the fake deaths, the filming and suicide forces. That's the shit they watch Logan Paul for. That MTV Crash TV bullshit. And WWE isn't that no more. So I don't know if you're going to be able to hook any of Logan Paul's 23 million fans. Because I would think you would have done it already. Tell me when I'm telling lies. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Triple H thought, hell nah. So, the only reason why LA Knight didn't win is because Vince McMahon probably thought, nah. That's what it is. LA Knight isn't a guy that Vince McMahon can say he got over. LA Knight got himself over. That's always been the problem. Triple H puts people over who can get themselves over. Vince wants people over he can get over. He can put over. He can put his horse behind and say, I created this star. It's an ego problem. So what did they do? They went with the safe choice. They went with a happy median. All right, who's going to make the fans not want to riot, but also not really make them orgasm, have an orgasmic reaction? Damian Priest. Sure, there's a storyline with him in the Judgment Day. They're teasing the breakup of the Judgment Day, even with Finn Balor losing to Seth Rollins in a very, I was expecting more from that match, and it wasn't even that long. Did it go like 8 minutes? 18 minutes? Like, how long did that match go? It felt very short. But yeah, Seth just beat Finn Balor. No drama behind it whatsoever. And then they started having Finn and Damian Priest argue, so that's the storyline. I don't care. Alright, break up. I don't give a shit. I'm ready for them. I am beyond ready for Judgment Day to break up. I've been ready for them to break up. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people love Judgment Day. All power to you. I do not care. I just don't. I love Rhea Ripley. I love Dom and Rhea. Keep them together. Damian Priest and Finn Balor, break them up, send them on their singles careers, and let that be the end of it. They'll be okay. I think they'll be better off without Judgment Day. I don't care. I don't get the point of putting this briefcase on Damian Priest. What, is he going to cash in on Roman? Psych! Is he going to cash in on... Like, who's he going to cash in on? You going to have him cash in on Seth Rollins? Good luck with that. He couldn't even beat Seth Rollins when he had a chance against him. Remember, he challenged Seth Rollins for the world title. Didn't work out for him. Were you going to have him cash in on Gunther? Don't see him beating Gunther. I think the long-term investment should have been LA Knight. And I feel that way. It's the same thing. And I've had these situations before where I feel like WWE missed the ball on certain choices. I said the same thing about Drew McIntyre not beating Roman Reigns last year at Clash at the Castle. Sami Zayn not beating Roman Reigns in Canada. I still kind of feel like those are two missed opportunities. And we kept Roman where he is so we could pass up the 1,000 days, which ultimately, that's great, I guess, but we still passed up two legendary moments. And here's another one. They could have just given it to LA Knight, but they just keep doing this thing where we'll wait. Yeah, he's over, but let's just wait. Like, let's just wait. Let us tell the story. We'll put it off. We'll wait until it's Rumble time, and then maybe he'll win the Rumble. Not really thinking about, wait, Cody Rhodes needs to win the Rumble because he has to fight Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Oops. Well, maybe we'll have LA Knight fight for the IC title. Oh, so he's going to be Gunther? If he beats Gunther, because it looks like Drew McIntyre, who came back, is going to be the one to end Gunther's streak. So you're going to see LA Knight beat Drew McIntyre? See, now we run into a problem. What, we're going to have him win the US title from Austin Theory? Because you didn't pull the trigger here, and you missed an opportunity to really establish himself as like a big name, now it's like we have to wait until another opportunity rises, when you could have just, boom, Mr. Money in the Bank. So, I really questioned WWE's decision to not give LA Knight that briefcase. I don't think, and I truly believe that was not the right call. I don't think that was the right call. I will say this, though. What I absolutely thought was the right call, and I called it in my preview and predictions with A&B Combos Wrestling Edition when I previewed Money in the Bank this past week. I said we needed something. We needed something to hook us coming out of this show. We needed something to go, okay, I can't wait till SummerSlam. And we got it. We got it. In the main event, Jey Uso did the unthinkable. He did the one thing people could not do in 3.5 years. The last person to do this was Baron Corbin in 2019 at WWE TLC. And that was pin Roman Reigns. 1, 2, 3. Jey Uso pinned Roman Reigns. 1, 2, 3. Was it clean? No. But you know what? Roman couldn't beat Jey Uso clean. I love that Jey hit him with that kick out low blow like Roman did to him 3 years ago. Oh, I love that shit. Listen here. I am a sucker for continuity. You want me to fall in love with you? You want me to sing your praises? Please give me more continuity. I love that he beat him with that kick out low blow. It was perfect. It's just little things like that make you appreciate long-term storytelling. And it puts this storyline over more than anything else. And by the way, if you were watching the match, we saw Jey Uso do the spit slap. We saw a double Uranagi, which is also the rock bottom. And I think I also saw a little from one of the Usos. I'm not saying that he's coming back. All right? I'm not going to sit here and tell you what you saw was the ultimate teaser. But if we are doing Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, which looks like the main event, and quite frankly, I'm in. Let's go. I don't know about Jey Uso winning the title. I don't think he's going to win the title. But in terms of the story, I'm in. What a perfect cherry on top. it would be to have Dwayne The Rock Johnson show up as your special guest referee. I'm not saying it's going to happen. Now, I've been predicting for years that The Rock would face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. That didn't happen. So now I'm like, okay, well, maybe The Rock will show up as the special guest referee. Will it happen? Probably not. But could. It could. But yeah, man. I'm excited, man. I think if you're not gonna give us Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns, which should have been the main event of SummerSlam, the next best thing is Jey Uso versus Roman with The Rock as the special guest referee. I just feel like that's the way to go. And then you can use that match to set up Rock and Roman down the line. Because I don't see Jey Uso beating Roman. I don't think Here's the reason why I don't think Jey Uso is going to beat Roman. Because you have to consider this. Would it be great? Would it be the perfect storyline ending to Roman's reign? No pun intended. Yes. But then after he beats Roman, then comes the fact that Jey Uso is your new WWE Universal Champion, which means he's now the face of the company. I don't know how I feel about that. They could always do something where Roman wins it right back at Payback, sure, but I don't know. Jey Uso is the Universal Champion? Let me see how the story plays out. As we get closer, I might buy it, but right now, nah. Roman should keep that belt. If it's not going to be Cody Rhodes, Roman should keep the belt. But we are here to do a review on Money in the Bank. I am excited to get into the weeds of this show and get into why I thought the show overall was great. Was it as good as Backlash? No. Was it as good as Chamber? No. Was it as good as Rumble? No. I thought, in terms of all the shows we've gotten so far from WWE, and all the shows so far this year have been fucking phenomenal, this is a great show, but it's still the weakest of the bunch. Because I feel like they couldn't pull the trigger when they needed to. If they would have just given LA Knight this briefcase, I might be calling this one of their best shows all year. But unfortunately, politics played a hand in them not doing something that they should have just done. Because if you wasn't going to give Logan Paul the briefcase, LA Knight should have instantly been next in line. And they went with Damian Priest because the two forces that be, the two forces here, the powers that be, couldn't get along and just decided on a happy median. So, thank you all so much for being here. I'm looking at close to 250, over 200 people live. I expect that number to grow because there's no one else live with me. So, we're probably going to get more people. So, let's pay these bills. Let's go into the sponsorship. Let's do the shout outs and then get right to the show. So, if this is the first time you're watching me, do me a solid favor. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Wow, you're at it. Help expand the brand by doing the following things. Join the membership. Click that join button. Click that join button and get the opportunity to request a video of your choosing, whether it's a live reaction, a hot topic, or review, past, present, or future. Also, don't forget to give thanks. Hit that super thanks. If you would like to donate after the fact, you can also like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, just Alyx Central. Give me a follow on Instagram. Give me a follow on Spotify, and give me a follow on TikTok. For I am the tickest of the talkest. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, Venmo, and yes, super chats are officially on. You can donate at any point in time during the broadcast to get your thoughts played live on the air. Also, check me out on Cameo. Email me at just alexsworld@gmail.com for business inquiries, just to say hi and please get yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees and Teespring. Get you an old school Deluxman t-shirt. Get you a new school Alex's World t-shirt. Most importantly, get you a blonde hair, blue eyes, apple pie. My America, the remix. T-shirt made by XJ Austin, Firestar Heart. All of this down below in the lovely description box. Today's sponsor is Extra Wallet, changing the way you carry your items one day at a time. I can get you a wallet right now, an Extra Wallet for 40% off. Nice and sleek with different designs. Now you're wondering, why should I have an Extra Wallet, Alyx? Is it going to get me the girls? Is it going to make me some money? Is it going to make people stop and go, God damn? It's going to do all that and then some. And you're wondering why. So how's about we get a quick word from our sponsor? And of course, we'll get to some shout outs. Today's video is sponsored by Extra. In today's age, old leather wallets are a thing of the past. People are looking for something more efficient. That's where Extra comes in. It can fit in your front pocket or any other space convenient for your access. It is the perfect smart wallet for minimalists that only carry essential items such as credit cards and IDs. It also has a cool pop-up feature that allows you to see what's inside, so you always know what you're getting out. Plus, it comes with its own tracker that connects with your phone, so if you ever misplace it, you can instantly find it. Amazing designs, amazing features, all at amazing prices. And today, if you click the link down below and use the promo code JustAlyx, you can get 40% off any purchase you make. I truly believe this is a great gift and it's changing the way people carry their items. So don't hesitate. Use the link below and get you a wallet today. I truly believe that this was one of the best crowds all year for WWE. I thought the UK crowds, they don't get enough of these mainstream wrestling shows. They don't get enough of AEW. They don't get enough of WWE. When they do, it's only off screen or it's only for like an episode of Raw and SmackDown. It's never for a pay-per-view. But anytime they go over to these foreign countries for these pay-per-views, it's like they're always starving. They're starved. And then they go extra crazy and the pops are louder and the boos are more ferocious and it's more fun. Because us Americans are spoiled like a motherfucker. We are spoiled rotten when it comes to these wrestling shows. We don't appreciate them. I'm actually kind of upset that we're not going to be in London tomorrow night on Raw. Oh, excuse me, not tomorrow night, Saturday. I'm so used to it being Sunday. This upcoming Monday. It is what it is. But when you get a crowd like this, it really, really makes you miss the Attitude Era. Because it goes to show you what a great crowd can do for a show. It really does. And this crowd really, really made this show pop. There were a lot of times their chants were insane. I think the best chant to me was the one in the main event. When they were chanting, if you hate Roman, stand up. If you hate Roman Reigns, 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 stand up. Hey, if you hate Roman Reigns, stand up. Sorry. But yeah, that was an awesome chant. That was great. And so they bring a different feel, a brand new flavor to these shows, and it just brings more excitement. And yes, to reiterate what we talked about at the beginning of the stream, London should get a WrestleMania. Period. London has earned a WrestleMania after tonight. And the only reason they're going to even consider giving them a WrestleMania is because AEW is about to sell out Wembley Stadium. And the WWE is like, oh, hell nah. Hell nah. Hell to the nah, nah, nah. Nah. Hell to the nah. Can't let that happen. That's okay. Hey, I love it. Competition's competition. Do what you gotta do. If it took AEW threatening selling out one of the biggest arenas to make you go, all right, nah, we can't let that happen. Come on over, man. Come on over. Oh, baby, don't be shy. You better cross the line. Now, that one's kind of an obscure reference, but I think you guys know. So I'm excited for the future of these pay-per-views, because, listen, Puerto Rico, banger. London, banger. Who's next? Saudi Arabia. As much as I don't like Saudi Arabia, they were exciting too. Who's next? Japan? Australia? Mexico? Who next? Who's next? What other country is going to give us a better crowd than the American crowds? I don't care. Who's next? You tell me. But I had to give them their props. That was great. Let's get into it. First match on the card. Men's Money in the Bank. LA Knight, Ricochet, Shinsuke Nakamura, Santos Escobar, Pete Dunne, Butch, Damian Priest, and everyone's favorite, LA Knight. Yeah! So, instantly, I fell in love with this match when everyone ganged up on Logan Paul. Just ganged up on his ass. Loved it. So did London. That was great. You know what they also loved? LA Knight was over. LA Knight was the star. The star. Out of all the baby faces on the show, out of everyone on this show, you had John Cena. You had Cody Rhodes. You had the Usos. You had a returning Drew McIntyre. The most over name coming out of Money in the Bank was L.A. Knight. And he's going to be the most over name going forward. Because this is another opportunity that they missed. But getting into the match. Oh, the spots in this match were great. Freaking Ricochet hit one of his springboard 450s on top of a ladder, and I forgot who was on that ladder. That looked great, by the way. Freaking Logan Paul was getting tossed all over the place. But Logan Paul hit a goddamn frog splash on Damian Priest while he was on the ladder, and that shit looked like it hurt. Not as much as that botched Spanish Fly spot. So apparently, what was supposed to happen was that Ricochet and Logan Paul were on top of a ladder. It was supposed to be pushed over, and the two of them were supposed to come flipping off the ropes with a very clean Spanish Fly spot, which has been done before. I've seen Ricochet do it in Lucha Underground as Prince Puma, and it looked sweet. But they were supposed to do a freaking springboard Spanish Fly, but unfortunately, they didn't hit the ropes properly because they were too far away from the ropes. And I can already tell by the positioning of the ladder, I'm like, that looks kind of far. Are they supposed to fall over through the table? Nah. What was supposed to happen is that Ricochet was supposed to land on the ropes with Logan Paul and then hit a Spanish Fly. It's supposed to be a lot more graceful. But they still did it. It just wasn't as graceful, and Logan Paul got his shoulder cut. It looked a lot more devastating. It looked like he might have broken something. He didn't. He just cut his shoulder, but it was scary. But yeah, everybody was doing their stuff. I thought, for the most part, in terms of the action, it was a great match, man. It was fast-paced. Crowd was into it. And then you got to the ending. There was a spot in the match where LA Knight was just whooping everybody's ass. And the crowd was just going crazy. And it was building. It was, you could feel the anticipation building as he was getting more and more and more over. He was getting the momentum building. He's climbing the ladder. Damian Priest climbs up. And you're like, oh, shit. And then LA Knight hits him with the elbow. And you're thinking, okay, he knocked him down, so he's going to win. But then Damian Priest grabs him by the neck. And then hits him with that, I forgot what it was called. It was like it goes into a suplex, into a Falcon Arrow, whatever the hell that's called. Whatever he calls that. But, yeah, as soon as he threw him down, I went, well, I guess we know who the winner is. And, yeah, whether you like it or not, whether you agree with the decision, I don't. Your new Mr. Money in the Bank is, of course, a member of the Judgment Day. And that guy is Damian Priest. Damian Priest is Mr. Money in the Bank. Again, I don't hate Damian Priest. I think he's an excellent talent. I just have to question, what are we going to do with this? If Finn Balor had beaten Seth Rollins, we might have something. But Finn Balor didn't beat Seth Rollins. We just gave, I feel like, honestly, they gave Damian Priest this briefcase because Vince and Triple H couldn't come to an agreement. Triple H wanted LA Knight, Vince wanted Logan Paul, and they just said, okay, we're not going to agree on either one of those. Can we just pick someone else? And they agreed on Damian Priest. That's what this feels like. It feels like, all right, the safe option. Someone that isn't going to piss off fans, but isn't really going to light the world on fire either. And that sucks to me. It really does suck that they went with the safe option here. And could you have Damian Priest cash in on Gunther? Yeah, but I don't see him beating Gunther. Could you have him cash in? Could you have him cash in on Seth Rollins? He already lost to Seth Rollins. Why would I think he would beat him after a cash in? So what are they going to do here? Do you really see Damian Priest as a world champion right now? No. Oh, what about LA Knight? Yeah, you know what? After the reaction that LA Knight got, I do see him as a world champion. I don't know why they gave him the briefcase. It also makes me ask the question, why was Logan Paul in this match? Like, seriously, think about this. If LA Knight had won, you at least have a foil. You have something for Logan Paul to start a feud with in terms of him and LA Knight. If LA Knight was Mr. Money in the Bank, you could have done something with that in Logan Paul. Right? If not had Logan Paul win it, which thank God you didn't. But I have to question, why was Logan Paul in this match if he wasn't going to play into the finish? You get what I mean? He didn't need to be in this. You just added him in the match because, and then he didn't even win. That was so weird. Makes you wonder, like, why go through any of that shit that you just went through? You had LA Knight and Logan Paul confronting each other throughout the last few weeks. You would think, all right, it's one of those two. And then they go with Damian Priest. That's so weird. I don't know. Like, if this is just a vehicle to split up Judgment Day, I don't care. Break them up. Do it tomorrow. I'm not going to lose sleep. I don't give a shit. Just keep Dom and Rhea Ripley together. That's all I care about. But Finn, go do your own thing, buddy. Damian, all right, go do your own thing. But seriously, who does he cash in on? Where is the interest in a Damian Priest cashing in? Like, do y'all honestly think he's going to be a champion right now? I don't. I don't get it. I just think it's weird. I just think it's weird that you're going to have, of all people, Damian Priest be the one to hold this briefcase. And I have to ask this too. And this is a question that I want you guys to answer for me. What is the point of having the briefcase if you're not going to cash it in on the world champion? Like, okay, you could cash it in on the United States title or the IC title or another championship. You could do that, but why would you? Why would you? If I'm Mr. Money in the Bank, I'm cashing it in on either Roman or I'm cashing it in on Seth. I'm not going to cash it in on Austin Theory. That doesn't make any sense. I'm not going to go to NXT and cash in on Carmelo Hayes. So I ask, like, what was the point of giving him this briefcase? Other than to be a happy median between Vince McMahon and Triple H. Because that's what it was. I don't give a shit what the reports tell you. The reports would probably say he was the face. No, he wasn't. There's no way. There is absolutely no way. You could look me dead in my face and say Damian Priest was the entire plan. No, he wasn't. He was a last minute decision. If I had to predict what they were originally going to go with, I have a feeling. I have a sneaky suspicion they were going to go with Logan Paul. They were going to go with Logan Paul. That's what Vince wanted. He put him in the match. Like I said, you don't put Logan Paul in this match and not have him win. But I think there was a lot of pushback on the idea of having Logan just come in and win the briefcase when he hasn't worked as hard as the other man in the match. So Vince wasn't caving on Logan Paul, and he wouldn't cave for LA Knight, which is stupid because the guy that he chose, again, the guy that Vince McMahon and Triple H went with, Damian Priest, is older than LA Knight. It makes no sense. You don't want to push LA Knight because he's too old, but Damian Priest is okay, huh? Make it make sense to me because it doesn't. It's booty stank. I don't even know why he didn't cash in on Seth tonight. So then my question is this. What do you do with LA Knight now? You have this mega over talent with no direction now. What do you do with him? What do you do now with LA Knight? I do not get their logic, man. Long term, they are horrible with how they book these shows. So, can't change it now. Damian Priest is your Mr. Money in the Bank. But I feel like they missed a huge opportunity not giving this to LA Knight. I'm not going to change my mind on that. Next match. Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, your women's tag team champs versus Liv and Raquel. So, what happened in this match was a certain betrayal that actually mattered more than the match itself. So I'm going to talk about that. The match itself, good match. Liv looked good in that. I was kind of worried that Liv was going to be working hurt. She's not working hurt. She's actually working pretty well for someone who tore her rotator cuff a couple of months ago. All right, welcome back, Liv. Good to have you. So the match was going about as swimmingly as you thought. Ronda and Shayna were dominating Raquel and Liv because they're a dominant force. And then, all of a sudden, almost if she was possessed, Shayna Baszler tags in Ronda Rousey. And you're thinking, okay, let's go ahead and end this because there's no way in hell Liv is going to survive this. And just before you even blink, Shayna Baszler elbows the shit out of Ronda and then chokes her ass out. And you're like, what? Huh? Wait a minute. Wait. They just won the titles. They literally just won those titles a month ago. There was no tease. There was no indication of dissension between Shayna and Ronda. None whatsoever. There is no reason. They gave us no reason for Shayna to attack Ronda. It's the same thing as Finn Balor stealing Judgment Day from Edge. It was a shock. You shocked me. Thank you. I appreciate that. But it's a shock because it literally just came out of left field. Like, what the fuck? Like, why break this up? Why did Ronda get choked out by Shayna? Am I supposed to cheer for Shayna? Is she a babyface? Like, that's what's confusing about this. The turn has no premise, so now I'm like, I don't know who to root for. Clearly they want to do Ronda versus Shayna at SummerSlam, but who's the babyface? Is it Shayna? I don't fucking know. I don't know. I want to say it's Shayna because I ain't rooting for Ronda. Are you? Because I ain't. But yeah, Shayna Baszler just woke up and said, go to sleep, bitch. And then now, Raquel and Liv are once again your two-tie women's tag team champs. And they have literally no one to defend them against. Except maybe Kaden and Carter. I don't goddamn know. That's so weird. That's so weird, y'all. They just won the belts. They just won the belts. And all of a sudden, man. The match was good, though. It's like, shit's just, I miss when Triple H was writing the show. Because at the very least, we would have gotten even a smidget of a hint that Shayna could turn on Ronda. Something. So it could have still been a surprise, but it doesn't come out of left field. This was just like, why? Because have they even lost a match? I'm literally trying to come up with a reason for Shayna to turn. For Shayna to turn on Ronda. I don't. It's so weird. I'm sorry. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And so I'm going to stop thinking about it and just let you guys go crazy. Okay? So y'all tell me how y'all feel about that match. For the IC title, the Intercontinental title, we had original bro Matt Riddle and your guaranteed to be longest reigning IC champion by the time we get to SummerSlam, Gunther! Gunther! Match was good. It was alright, quite frankly, in terms of the execution. But, it was one of those matches that you didn't think was going to really change much. You already knew that Matt Riddle was going to lose, and he lost. He lost by submission. I mean, the match was good. I didn't think it was terrible. It was just there, quite frankly. So, fine. Riddle loses. And you're like, okay, well, where do we go from here? Well, we go to a certain returning superstar and Drew McIntyre. I do not like the quality of that photo. Let me get you a better quality photo. But yeah, Drew McIntyre, ladies and gentlemen, is back in WWE. And those of you who have been hiding under a rock, this was a surprise. This was a healthy surprise for the simple fact that everyone, including me, thought he wasn't going to come back. If you've been reading the reports, you'll know that Drew McIntyre told WWE that he's not going to come back unless he has good creative. Right? Unless you give him strong, good creative. Here we go. There we go. That's better. Unless you give him good creative that he can sink his teeth into, he was not going to come back. And I said to myself, well, the only thing that I can see him accepting is a world championship run or a feud. So I said, if he does come back, he's going to come back after the match between Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. So to see him show up here in a post-match segment against Gunther for the IC title, you're like, huh? That's what brought you back? Okay. You did all that. You stepped away. You had these arguments with WWE about your creative, only to come back for an IC title shot? Kind of weird. Maybe there's more to come. But I would think he would leverage himself a bit better than that. But all right. Maybe it's a part of a long-term story. This being said, the idea of Drew McIntyre beating Gunther for the IC title, you know what? I believe it. I can buy that. That actually might happen. The more I think about it, that's probably what they're going to do. Now, how long would Gunther need to hold this belt to beat the Honky Tonk Man's record? The Honky Tonk Man. I said the Honky Tonk Man. I'm cool. I'm cocky. I'm bad. Is it till Payback or is it till SummerSlam? If he can hold it till SummerSlam and then drop it, and that's enough, all right, sure. I don't think he needs to hold it that long, though. How close is he to beating the Honky Tonk Man's record? And by the way, this is just assuming they want to give it to Drew. Like I said, this is probably part of a long-term story where Drew might lose to Gunther and then turn heel and then go after Seth Rollins. I don't know. I just feel like if you're going to have Drew come back and fight Gunther, you might as well have him beat him. That's what I feel. But That's just one man's opinion. Where's your head's at with that? Someone's saying September 8th. Ooh, September 8th. So he has to hold it to a payback, essentially. After payback, even. Is he going to hold it till after payback? Man. All right, well, y'all let me know. Again, that's why I'm just like, why would you not have Drew just go after Seth Rollins? It's just questionable booking decisions, man. Cody Rhodes. Speaking of questionable booking decisions, Cody Rhodes versus Dominic Mysterio. Last night, reports were screaming that this was going to main event the show. Like, imagine that. All these matches with all these stakes. These Money in the Bank matches, the Bloodline Civil War, the IC title match, the World Heavyweight Championship match. They were going to have this match go on last because the crowd reacted to Dom a lot. And I said, is this because Brock Lesnar's going to show up and cost Cody? Luckily enough, that didn't happen. Thank God. Thank God. So, what ended up happening instead was just a regular match between Cody and Dom. And that's it. It was just a match. Was it a fun match? Sure. Was the crowd into it? Yeah. The best thing about this was Cody Rhodes' entrance. You know how we American fans, you ever be in a car with one of your friends and they're listening to the chorus of a song and they don't know the words except the actual chorus? Like, with us in America, you know how we do it. Adrenaline in our soul. Something, something, Cody Rhodes. Something, 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 something. The crowd is here, about to blow. Something, something, join the show. Something, 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 something. Whoa, you know what I mean? And then we hit that whoa. We hit that whoa. We hit that whoa. We hit that whoa. We always wait for that whoa. Whoa. London said, hold our beer. Adrenaline in our soul. Every thought out of control. Do it all to get them off their feet. They sung the entire song. I was like, okay, London. Y'all want that WrestleMania spot, don't y'all? They sung Cody's entire entrance. We suck. Y'all, we suck. We suck. We suck bootios. We got people overseas singing the entire song. God, man. That was a great entrance. But the match itself was whatever. Cody beat Dom. That was it. He just beat Dom. And I'm like, really? No angle for him and Brock? The fuck? The fuck? Like, the fuck? Okay, sure. That's so weird. That is so weird. But alright, I mean, so here's my question. Wait a minute. What would have happened if they did main event the show? You was just gonna have Cody beat Dom and then close the show with that? That's lame. Huh? That's how you close the show? I don't get it. I mean, y'all tell me, because I don't get it. Before we talk about the women's Money in the Bank match, there's a certain someone that we gotta bring up. There's a certain person here that I did not see coming, and I'm glad he did show up. Because you know what? I'm happy I'm seeing him more and more often. And I hope he continues to show up. We got a surprise. A surprise return from John Cena. And London loved him. And they really loved him when John Cena came out there and said, London deserves a WrestleMania. And he played up the whole idea that the people in charge, the suits backstage, they don't like London. They don't think London is a hot market. They don't think London should be able to host a WrestleMania. And then he said, London should host a WrestleMania. And the only reason that we're doing this is because AEW is about to sell out this Wembley Stadium. And WWE can't have that. Oh no, can't have that, can't have that. But I did love this promo. This was great. John Cena going out there interacting with the crowd. And then Grayson Waller came out. And look here. Y'all know how I feel about Grayson Waller. I personally, from my personal opinion, I don't hate him overall. I think inside the ring, he's incredible. He is incredible as an in-ring talent. As a personality, he feels like a mix between Austin Theory and The Miz. Like, he doesn't really stand out as someone that makes me go, ooh, he's unique. And then now he's a talk show host, so that's even worse. So I don't really... You're not going to see me lose my mind over an Austin Theory. But, Austin Theory. See, I got it mixed up. Over a Grayson Waller. And the reason I say Austin Theory is because John Cena's back. Why isn't Austin Theory here? It's so stupid. You're not going to see me losing any sleep over Grayson Waller. I will say, I thought he looked good in this segment. He played to the crowd very well. And he even looked good beating up John Cena. And he sold his FU attitude adjustment very well. So, I have no idea what they're going to do with John Cena for SummerSlam. Did they want to do Grayson Waller and John Cena? Grayson Waller and John Cena? I don't know about that one. But this was a fun segment, though. And yes, I am all for London getting WrestleMania. After tonight, they better lock in WrestleMania 41 immediately. And so, how this works, and those of you who don't know how this works, for WrestleMania to come to London, usually what happens is one or two things. The wrestling company offers to come. And so what would happen is WWE offers to take Wembley Stadium, and then Wembley pays WWE to come. Right? And then they take it and then they pack it out. Here's the thing, and this is something you should realize too. WWE ain't just gonna do anything. They ain't gonna do anything for free. You can forget about it. They ain't gonna just be showing up and just packing out a show without money guaranteed. And that right there is the main reason why WWE has not come overseas all that much, is because the money. They get more money just going to the same places than they do coming overseas. That's why. So the initiative here, if they do go overseas to do Wembley Stadium, it's simply because AEW is about to pack it out. And so, WrestleMania 40, when they do start bids, they want it in London. London's going to have to bid the most money. Do I see it happening? Probably not. But it'd be nice. It should happen. Shit. Okay. We can finally get to this women's Money in the Bank match. I thought this match was awesome. No offense. I feel like there are aspects about this match that was actually better than the men's match. Can I be honest with you about that? I think the urgency was there. I thought the women, more specifically Trish and Becky, worked very well. Becky and Bayley were great. Io, of course, was the highlight of the night because she won the match. Zelina was kind of there. Zoe was kind of there. Zoe had a few moments in there that was good, but it was mostly carried by Trish, Becky, and Bayley, the veterans. And so that part of the match I enjoyed. The crowd was mega over with Bayley. Bayley was like the hottest act in this match. I mean, again, Bayley never stopped being a babyface. She never stopped being a babyface outside the USA. She's only a heel in the USA. On USA soil, she's a heel. But across literally everywhere else, she's loved. I think that's hilarious to me. That's hilarious. A couple of spots I liked. I liked the moonsault off the ladder by Io Sky. That always looks good, by the way. Always looks good. There was a Uranagi manhandle slam on the ladder. Trish sold it like $1 million. Trish sells so fucking good for her age. I love it. Or just sells good. I should stop saying for her age. So this was more of a story-driven match. Especially with Bayley knocking over the ladder with Io Sky on top. That sucked. And I love that Io Sky handcuffed Bayley. And the ending was so good. So the ending is Becky and Bayley climbing up the ladder. And they're fighting on the ladder. Io Sky gets a handcuffed. Well, she sees the handcuffs already on Becky because they were put on there by Trish and Zoe. And Io ends up handcuffing Bayley and Becky together in between the ladders. And they're like, no. And Io Sky climbs on top of both of them and said, fuck you. Okay, she didn't do all that. But... And then pulls down the briefcase. And Io Sky is your new Mrs. Money in the Bank. As I said before at the beginning of the stream, cannot wait to see her cash in on Asuka. Oh, that's going to be so good. Asuka versus Io Sky. Yes! Earphone users beware. Asuka and Io Sky at SummerSlam. Give it to me. Fuck yeah. Let's go. They've been teasing this shit for almost a year. I'm ready for it. And these two should have a straight up New Japan Pro Wrestling strong style. I'm gonna beat the fuck out of this hoe. Stardom kind of match. They need to have the kind of match that Gunther and Sheamus had. All those other matches, Clash at the Castle, WrestleMania, and the match on SmackDown. Beat the piss out of each other. I needs it. And they're going to do it. I'm excited about it. It's going to be a great match. Truly believe it's going to be a great match. Now, do I see Io Sky successfully cashing in? No. I think Bayley's going to screw her. So, like, in the long term, it's only just the breakup. It's Judgment Day. See, now I'm saying Bayley is from Judgment Day. My bad. It's the breakup damage control. But yeah, man. I need Bayley to go ahead and consider being a babyface again. I'm ready for it. I think it's time. I think it's time for Io Sky to go ahead and move on and do her own thing. And I think it's time for Bayley to consider being a babyface, because I feel like that's where she should be. They're trying to push her as a heel. I don't think we're getting anywhere with that now. That's just me. So yeah, great match. The right person won. Can't complain. I'm gonna keep this one short and sweet. I thought the hype to Finn Balor and Seth Rollins was fucking amazing. It was amazing. It was amazing. It was amazing. It was great. It was such a great hype because it had a simple story. Seth took Finn's spot away from him. So I'm thinking these two are going to go in there and just have an awesome match. What we got was a ball of nothing. They were fighting. They never got out of first gear. Damian Priest showed up with the briefcase. And Damian Priest distracts Finn Balor inadvertently. And Seth hits him with the curb stomp and pins him 1, 2, 3. And you're like, that's it? All that hype. You do such a great job hyping this up, and then this is what we get. Wait, this match is like 12 minutes? Huh? This should have been like a 25-minute classic. That's lame. Oh, that's lame. So yeah, Damian Priest distracts Finn, and we're gonna have more dissension in the Judgment Day. I don't give a fuck. Break up already. That's lame. All that hype. I was actually excited for this match, and that's how we ended. Get the hell out of here. Moving on. That is such a lame way to end a good match. Main event. Main event of the evening. We got Roman and Solo versus the Usos. Bloodline Civil War. One of the hottest storylines, if not the hottest storyline in professional wrestling today. And it's all about the judgment of Roman. The Usos are tired, sick and tired of being abused, pushed around by the tribal chief. Now it's payback time. Story has been phenomenal. Storytelling has been phenomenal. This match, awesome. Outstanding. Fantastic. Another continuation into one of the best stories that WWE has ever done. I loved it. I loved every single second of it. I loved the fans chanting, "If you hate Roman Reigns, stand. If you hate Roman Reigns, stand. If you hate Roman Reigns, stand up. If you hate Roman Reigns, stand up. If you hate Roman Reigns, stand up." I actually messed up the first few. That's why I just turned it into a remix. If you hate Roman Reigns, stand up. I love that chant. That's such an awesome chant, man. And Roman just sold it like, fuck these motherfuckers. I hate them. I hate them so much. Fuck them. They some bitches. They some hoes. They some hoes, man. They hoes. But throughout the match, you had Solo doing most of the work. You had a few teases of The Rock. You had JEY USO doing a smack. And you had the double rock bottom by Solo and Roman. There was a nice little moment in there where Roman yells at Solo, "Solo! No! Tag me in, motherfucker!" I said, tag me in. And Solo reluctantly tagged Roman in. I was like, there it is. There it is. So then Roman, throughout the match, he's talking shit to the Usos. One of my favorite spots in the entire match. Roman and Solo hit JEY USO with a spear, Samoan spike. Samoan spear. Samoan spike spear, whatever you want to call it. And you're like, well, that's it. And then you see Solo drag over Jimmy. And I'm like, is he about to rack him, stack him, pin him like he did Bryan Danielson and Edge? I was like, oh, hell nah. Oh, hell nah. And then he racked him. He stacked him. 1, 2, and the Usos kicked out. I loved that. And then Roman's so like, God, what the what? You can see he's losing his mind. He's like, how, God damn it? I'm the tribal chief. I'm the man. The second best kick out was when JEY USO kicked out of the spear, but then hit him with the low blow. Oh, that was so good. Oh, you should have seen my face. I was giddy. When Roman hit Jay with that spear and Jay said, 1, 2, hit him with that low blow. And Roman sold it he sold it so well. Roman sold that low blow so well. It was so good. And then Jay and Jimmy hit Roman with a double super kick. Bow in the face. And then they do the Samoan splash, man. Jay hits him with the Samoan splash. Could it be? 1, 2, 3. Ding, 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 ding. The streak is over. After 3.5 years since WWE TLC 2019, when Roman lost to Baron Corbin, that was the last time Roman was pinned. That was the last time. That was when Roman was getting dog food poured all over him. That was the last time he lost. 3.5 years ago. After 3.5 years, Roman Reigns is pinned. He didn't lose the title, but he got pinned by JEY USO. Huge. Huge. Massive. That was the hook I was looking for. Coming into the show, I was like, okay, what's going to hook me? All right, LA Knight's not Money in the Bank. Mr. Money in the Bank. Io Sky wins. That's cool. That's something. No Brock Lesnar. Okay. Shayna Baszler turned on Ronda. That's something. All right, we got some things going on here. I'm liking it so far. And then we got this. We got nothing in the World Heavyweight Championship match. I was like, what is it gonna be? I need something. That something was JEY USO pinning Roman and setting up what is going to be the main event of SummerSlam. Main event: JEY USO versus Roman Reigns for the Universal title. And I'm gonna keep saying it, man. Look, if The Rock is ever gonna come in, if he's gonna be a special guest referee, this is the time to do it. What a match! What a match for him to come in, and then Rock can help Jay beat Roman, and then we sell Roman versus The Rock that way. Man, oh man, oh man. Even if The Rock doesn't come in, I don't care. Roman versus Jay. I remember seeing their first match at Night of Champions 3 years ago. And everyone was like, is Roman a heel? Is Roman a heel? I'm like, y'all, he a heel. Is it going to work? Yeah. I remember when Roman first wrestled with his shirt off. I said, this is it. This is different. The boy said, you see that camera? That's my camera. This is my ring. Yeah, I own everything here. And then he beat the piss out of Jay after hitting him with that kick out low blow. So good. Continuity! And he got his necklace. His tribal necklace. It was good. It was good. Now it's come full circle. It's come full circle, man. As we get closer to the event, as we get closer to SummerSlam, I might change my mind. But as of right now, coming out of this match, although I am excited to see JEY USO versus Roman, I do not see Jay beating Roman. Not that I don't want him to beat Roman. I would love for him to beat Roman. But I need you to create this idea that he is going to be the face of WWE. Do I buy JEY USO as the face of WWE? No. I don't. But that can always change with the right story. I would love for JEY USO to be crowned your new Universal Champion. And I would love to see him hold that thing before he drops it back to Roman. But I don't see it happening. I think that Roman is going to hold it to WrestleMania next year and then drop it to Cody. Although Cody should be the one to beat him here at SummerSlam, but whatever. I think when it comes to SummerSlam, this year's SummerSlam in particular, we're in for a good show. We're in for a hell of a show. I think you're guaranteed to get a lot of surprises, a great crowd in Ford Field, and I think ultimately the show is going to come off as one of the best pay-per-views of the year. Hopefully. I think tonight's show was a tale of two shows. You had that one show that was very political. The Damian Priest winning Money in the Bank because Vince McMahon and Triple H couldn't get along and couldn't pick the right winner, so they settled on Damian Priest. Right? Shayna Baszler just turning on Ronda for no reason whatsoever. Cody and Dom having nowhere to go. Seth and Finn getting 12 minutes after having such an awesome build. Like that's the half of the show where I'm just like, get this out of here. But then you got this other half. You got Io Sky winning in a great match with the women. You got the return of John Cena having a great segment and teasing WrestleMania in in LA. We've seen that before. Teasing WrestleMania in the UK, excuse me. The return of Drew McIntyre. And then, of course, this main event with JEY USO pinned Roman. Like, that shit was fantastic. All that's great. And ultimately, together, I'm gonna say the good stuff outweighs the bad. I thought the show was great. If I ever watched it again, I think I feel the same way. But I just gotta say, man, I feel bad for LA Knight because I'm just like, you're hot, Mike. You are hot right now, and they don't know what to do with you, and that sucks. And JEY USO, I want to believe he can be a world champion. I want him to be a legit world champion. Do I think he will be? I gotta watch the shows and find out. Because right now, I don't buy it. I don't buy it right now. But we'll have to see. So, give me your thoughts. What's your thoughts on Money in the Bank? Where's your head at? And the ultimate question I ask, would you buy JEY USO being your next world champion? Thank you so much for watching my Money in the Bank live stream. If this is the first time you're watching me, look, you might as well stay and get more content. So leave a comment down below about what your thoughts are on the pay-per-view on the stream. And yeah, man, thank you for being here. As you follow out, do all the YouTube things. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. And also donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and Venmo. Please be blessed, and please take care of yourselves. We got a lot coming up, because this is now the road to SummerSlam. Every review from here on out is going to be building to SummerSlam. So I hope it's worth a damn. Probably not. But I hope it actually has some type of effort put into it. So with that in mind, thank you guys. Please take care of yourselves. And always know, you are welcomed right here in Alyx's world. A place that is, was, and ever will be, and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. This is Alyx, just Alyx, signing out. I'll catch you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.